I had nowhere to go. Like, I was driving around in my car, and my car was kind of a beater. It was like nothing special. I don't think the heat worked in it. At the time, my mom was also going through the eviction with me, so it's like couldn't really, she had to get herself together too, so it's like putting all that pressure on one person when I'm grown would be like way too much for her to handle. So I just kind of had to get it done by myself. It could break you down mentally. It could make it harder to be a 19-year-old and what 19-year-olds are supposed to be doing. At the time I did have my daughter, so not having my own place plus not being able to sleep with my daughter or like see my daughter on a consistent basis, so it definitely takes a toll on you. I would say homelessness is getting a lot worse. There's a lot of people sleeping outside and in tents on the side of North Ave and downtown Burlington. And at first I didn't know about Spectrum. I had ran into this warming shelter that you were allowed to stay there after 6 p.m. and sleep there. It was a room with beds in it. I stayed there for a good 2-3 months. Then they put me in the landing. You were allowed to come in after 6 p.m. as well as the warming shelter, but it was more of a room for yourself. You know, you only shared it with one other person, but you have your own bed, you have your own little dresser to put your stuff in, put your clothes in. I moved from warming shelter to landing to transitional housing. The staff greeted me, made me feel comfortable, told me that I could do my laundry, just offered me if I needed any assistance or any help, just come talk to them about anything. You go from not having a place to go to a place to go, regardless of the circumstances or like the rules, anything that you have to do. It's like, I still got this place to go, you know? So it was definitely a good burst of hope. I started to get comfortable around a month of staying in there. Like, at first I wasn't used to being in a place to sleep every single night. Before I even got evicted, like, I never really had much money to come across, so inside I definitely felt comfortable. I felt like it was home. I felt like all my stuff was safe there. Like, I could be there at any time of the day and still feel like home, even if the staff's there or not there. It definitely gives you that little feeling that like you're not the only person going through what you're going through. It definitely feels like I owe it all to Spectrum, because I wouldn't have been on track at all. I would have not known where to start, and it would have took me years on end, way longer than it did. It took me 2 years, but I feel like without Spectrum's help, it would have took me at least 5 years. I'm definitely grateful for Spectrum, and that's my main go-to. Anytime anybody's in my situation, that's where I'm sending them right away. Feels like it's time to build and time to get, like, now it's like managing my money and making sure I have enough to pay my rent, to pay my car payments, to pay my kids' school clothes. The thing I've been working on so hard is to get my apartment, and now, like, all that joy inside of me, I get to finally have my fun and get to relax and sit back, and my daughter gets to have her own home with me, so she'll have her own room, she'll have her own place to play her toys whenever she wants to, and if she's mad at me, she can go in her room. That's a great feeling to have.